Amphetamine is prescribed for attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, and narcolepsy. Specifically, saying this word so that you can further look into them as medical students if there's any need for that, for reference papers and upcoming projects. So let's look at the risks and side effects. Before that, I want to add more to this medical use of amphetamines. Mostly people, this drug, they play with it a lot. You understand? They use it as a means to take themselves out of depression. This is one use of amphetamine. Okay? Use off-label for weight loss and in some cases of treatment-resistant depression. So there is a proof, it's a theory that consuming amphetamine, according to the prescribed dosage from the physician, not to abuse it, can resist depression.
Yes.
The risks and side effects of amphetamines. The common side effects of amphetamines include insomnia, dry mouth, increased heart rate. Please, let's talk about the side effects and damages.
Okay, thank you very much. From the areas that you have touched so far, I believe we have come a long way to enlighten the public about drug abuse and the drug addiction.
Exactly.
Because to me, that has been a great menace that has colonized most of our powerful youth in this society, especially in this part of the world, Africa, Nigeria to be precise. Now, these drugs are highly, should I say, let me use the word, are highly concentrated. Because every drug is produced for a specific purpose.
Exactly.
And these drugs have highly concentrated substances that are used in producing them, of which, according to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration Controls, or according to the law enforcement agencies, these substances should not be barely consumed. That is why in most parts of the world they are called contrabands, because they are specifically made for the purpose of producing drugs in a little or minute quantity so as to not affect most of the body functions, as my colleague here have mentioned. So drug abuse or excessive use of drugs without a doctor's prescription should be highly avoided. It shouldn't be encouraged.
Highly avoided.
It shouldn't be encouraged. That is why I love the entity of discussion today, because it will go a long way to discourage you on drug abuse and its consequences. All right, as being required of me to talk about the high risk of these drugs, as my colleagues here have mentioned them to you. Now, according to research, you see that most of these drugs are majorly classified into depressants, stimulants, hallucinogens, and some are even called opioids.
Exactly.
Now, why are they classified in this manner? They are classified in this manner because of the roles they play. Like the ones called opioids, cocaine is a chief example of these drugs. These drugs are highly concentrated and they are very dangerous because they stimulate most of the hormones and it triggers them to fast actions, which affect you and makes you behave abnormally. That is why the effect of drug addictions, there are too numerous for me to mention, of which you know that madness is one of them. So you now come to depressants. Why are they called depressants? These drugs, if you take them, it weakens your body.
Exactly.
Now you become so weak to perform most of your functions, your daily activities. That is why they are called depressants. And the chief example of these drugs are the ones we call alcohols.
Exactly.
And you see drugs like ethanol. So you see that many people consumed these materials raw of which if you take them raw now, your body becomes so weak. That is why they are called depressants. Now, you talk about stimulants. Stimulants, like the name stands for, stimulate most of your body. Like we talk of impulse control. Your body wants to be controlled again. It triggers your body to fast action. To fast action.